did that. See, get off there. No sound.
want to talk to you, let them go on a voicemail. With the little one.
But if I click on .testnumbers40.com, it doesn't mean
Coming from. Question. If you hover over it, you don't see the arrow. Because right there it says federal tax settlement. But when I click the arrow, it had a different email underneath. Okay, not on my computer, but if that works for you, is fine. Anyone else? Okay. So we talked about phone scams and we talked about email scams. And how many of you text? Okay, here's a text scam. Oh, what to look for in an email. Click on the email address to see who really sent it. Look for grammatical errors. Don't use the phone number. Google the real company and they'll tell you if they sent it to you. This is on an iPhone.
I got a text from Jarrett@hotmail.com. But I looked below and it says the post office has a package for me. but it could not be delivered. So I know this is a scam because up here where it says Jared, it would say Jared at post office, something like that. He was trying to scam me. So I tap at the top, tap on info, block this caller. No more Jared.
The other thing you can do with block this caller, how many of you get politicians who want you to donate? That's how you block them. Uh, can I tell you later? You have your, I can show you what to do.
Want to show the next slide?
Okay, why not? Oh, look what happened. Hello.
I don't know how to do it. So you just keep advancing. Get it back to the slides.
I got a text from jarrett@hotmail.com. But I looked below and it says the post office has a package for me, but it could not be delivered. So I know this is a scam because up here where it says Jared, it would say Jared at post office, something like that. He was trying to scam me. So I tap at the top, tap on info, block this caller. No more Jared.
Sometimes you have a blocker. You have a blocker, like I do, it will indicate it spam risk, or potential fraud. Always disregard that, call the provider to find out if it's real. There are many different call blockers. One is mentioned here, it's called the Rumbo. There's another one called Hiya, Hiya. It will identify a scam. It will block the call. It's free and it's really easy to put onto your phone. I certainly could show you that.
So I have AT&T and I called them. Oh, boy. Fine. I have AT&T. I called them and they put on my phone, it goes through AT&T to my phone and I see it as spam risk. So if you have AT&T, Spectrum, whatever, call them and see if they can do that for you.
T-Mobile, they have one also blocks the call. Reach
Okay.
out to your parent.
Okay, I think we'll just leave this alone. Keep in mind, don't give out your password, your credit card number, social security. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, IRS will never call you. And let's say this together. If you don't know the phone number, don't answer it. No one even said that with me. They can leave a voicemail and then you can decide if you want to call them. Any questions about that? Yes. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Better, it's not better to answer the phone and then after they, like for example, they say, oh, we are looking, somebody wants to buy your house, for example. And then you say, I am not selling my house. It's not better to answer and then block it.
No. If they really want to talk to you, they will leave a voicemail. I know lots of people here are very polite, like my mother, she picks up the phone, but it's not good not right now. Just don't pick up the phone if you don't have them in your contacts. Okay, I had a scam almost. I have, my website is with a business called Wix. And I know when I pay them. And I didn't think that was right, but it was during the Christmas break. And there was no one for me to call. So I knew it was a scam, but every single morning I opened my eyes, looked at my email, and there it was. And it looks like Wix. So I'm telling you, you're not alone. We're in tech and it scares both of us. They even sent me something in French. I don't even know how to read it French.
Foreign countries. I get at least 2 or 3 a week. You don't answer those.
Okay, reminders. Take a deep breath. Walk away from your computer. If you don't recognize the number, don't answer it. Don't give your password or credit card to anybody. And right at the bottom, it says, I don't give information to unsolicited callers. And what we do when we go to our clients, we have Post-it notes. And I can write that on the top of the phone in case you want to answer the phone like you wanted to. Just say, I don't give information to unsolicited callers. Now, have this paper over on the table. If you do have a scam, oh, Joel is going to help you. If you think you got scammed, these are all the people besides us you can call for the Federal Trade Commission and everything like that. So keep that on your desk. It's a good thing. Okay. We've been talking about scams. Any more questions about scams before we get into something fun? Yes. It's not in your contacts? Okay, so you can block the caller. Yes, because then they'll keep calling you. Oh, you can delete it. Yeah.
Section called recent calls. And when you see the recent calls and you don't recognize it, you click on the little circle with the I in it. That will take you to the info relative to that caller. And if you scroll all the way down, it says, block this caller. Click on it, they cannot get through again. The little circle on the right of the name. And this you got to be careful, because if you click on the name, it'll call that person. So don't click on the name. Make sure you click on the little circle, which opens up the info tab.
It's I. Anyone else with a question about scams? Yes, Judy. Judy.
Yes, on the left side of on your email, there's a spam
Folder.
subject.
Mhm.
What, when you click on that, what's that all about? Because it says delete or whatever. And, are those actual spams and what's that all about?
The column on the left of your emails,
Yes,
that means it's a scam folder,
yes.
and maybe your computer just takes it to the spam folder. Oh, he's even going to show you.
And then you click on the subject or whatever it is, and then you have a place where it says delete.
Mhm.
So are they actually spam or what's that all about?
Usually they're scam, but if you have someone who said, "Didn't you get my email?" It may have gone to scam because he's not in your contacts. Go ahead.
On record.
But what Judy's talking about is on your computer, there's a spam or scam folder. And your computer is set to recognize possible, probable scam things, and it puts those emails directly into that folder so they don't go into your inbox. Right. So sometimes your computer will make a mistake
Mhm.
and it will think that something's, it doesn't recognize the name or the email and it'll put it into scam. So sometimes you have to go through that folder to see if there's maybe something that accidentally got in there. And you can then click that and put it in your inbox. Take it out of the spam folder and put it in your inbox. And sometimes if people have been trying to get hold of you, they'll say, check your spam folder because we've been emailing you and you haven't responded.
I usually keep these telephone for a while and then delete them, from my list.
Mhm.
I'm assuming the blocker also goes with the delete so that at that point, that phone can call me again. Is that correct?
Okay, you're talking about your phone
Yes.
and you delete something and you wonder,
You
will be
have
there?
all these phone numbers on your recent list.
Oh.
I mean, you can have hundreds of those.
Yes.
And take up space. So I tend to remove everything what I don't know. I delete them. But I'm assuming at that point, I'm also losing the blocking.
No.
No?
You know what I do? At my house, we take the garbage out on Monday, and then I look at my iPad and I get rid of them also.
So once you
it make-
block it, you
make-
really are blocking.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I went to Kohl's and I never buy from Kohl's, but I just thought I'd go look. And I was going to purchase something and she said, I would like to have your social security number and your driver's license. And I said, I don't want the product. And she said, why? You're going to get 30% off. I said, I don't want it. But a lot of, even Macy's,
Mhm.
they want your full, I won't do that because I'm afraid that someone's going to get the number. Is that right or wrong? I mean,
I've never shopped at Kohl's. However, every week I get an email from Kohl's. First thing I do is delete it. I do shop at Macy's and I get an email from Macy's every week. I don't even respond to those. Just don't respond to something you don't believe in or you're not comfortable with. And if somebody really wants to get to you, they will. To your question, and I can show you too. Before you delete a phone number, do what I showed her, which is go down to the bottom and say, block this call. Then you can delete it. That way you're protected 2 times. By the way, another thing that I run into when I work with folks is they have hundreds, if not thousands, of emails that are on their computer or messages that are on their phones. And it is somewhat of an arduous task to many and how to get rid of them. They go one by one. There is a way to get rid of all of the ones that you don't want very quickly. I won't go into it in detail, but I can certainly show you how to do that. The key is get rid of it if you don't know it. Yes. Get rid of emails on Gmail. Well, there is a way to do it. I mean, I probably have, I hate to tell you this, but I have maybe 12 emails, one of which is Gmail, which is sort of my default, but I'm also an old timer and I still have AOL. How many still have AOL? My friends in the business laugh at me, but you know what? It works. And I still use it, but I do get lots of scams on it. But there is a way on Gmail and all of them to get rid of them.
Okay, let's make the computer your friend. This is brain yoga. And I'll tell you what it's about. Can have brain yoga on a phone and a tablet, but not on your computer, but it's worth it.
Here is my brain yoga app at the top left. Lots of games here. I like to start with memory games. This is kind of like concentration. I'm gonna tap here. There's a bug. There's a bug, good for me. There's a lizard, another bug, a hand, so many hands. Oh, there's a lizard. There you go. Just keep going. There's another game I like on brain yoga. Tap on the A. This is a word game. They're going to give you 4 letters. Put your finger, move them around. There you go. Another one. Let's move this one over here, this one over here. And finally, this is interesting. How about giddy? And this is what I like. That was the first part of words, but if you want more letters, you go like this with the little Buddha.
Did I hear in the audience that got giddy before me? You were? And you? It's fun. So if you have a iPhone and you want this, you have to go to the App Store. If you have an Android, you go to Google Play and we can help you with that. So the other things I like to, during the pandemic, I couldn't see my mother-in-law. So I asked her her childhood address and I got her on Zoom and she found her house in New Jersey. Hadn't seen it for 70 years and this made me happy. Pair of you?
Oh, she was one of the most amazing cooks and just the Italian mama that everybody loved. She was so dear. Her husband had passed away, I think, while we were living in in that house. And she raised those 4 kids. Let me see if I remember their names. There was Carmela, Marie, Anna, and the 4th was a boy named Benny. You don't remember?
Look at that one. I just. If I did a little more, she told me her piano teacher was in the other house and the piano teacher's name was Mrs. Medley. Isn't that nice? So I'm just trying to show you so many good things. Who has been on YouTube? Joel, what do you go when you go to YouTube?
I look at our Hazak recordings. No, I'm just instructions on how to put things together sometimes.
Perfect. Who else? Go ahead. Okay. Next to you, what is your name? Hi, Diana. Great.
Say, Google, you've all heard of Google. Google is your friend. In terms of what I do in helping people, oftentimes they'll ask me a question and I may know the answer and I may be able to help them on the phone. But what I say to them, go to Google and ask the question you're asking me. And guess what? They'll get instructions on how to solve their problem. Google is scary but amazing.
We use Google all the time and, but also what Google does do though, is it puts things, if you're looking for whatever, a business of any, they put things in order. So sometimes they're also, it's wise to know that Google prefers certain businesses, it puts businesses at the end, down the list. I mean, but we are using Google for everything. And what station is this on? What is this on Acorn or BritBox? I mean, yeah, so it is very useful. I wanted to ask you one question, which thankfully my daughter right now is around, but there are times when your computer is frozen and it comes on, you know, call such and such a number and you can't get out of it. It is frozen. It's asking you for money. Sometimes I have in-laws that paid money to unlock her computer. But there are times when it happens and my daughter's able to escape. What do you recommend
Trick.
for that?
The simple trick. Reboot. Shut off the computer. Turn it back on. In most cases, that solves your problem.
Else has experienced that where your computer's frozen?
I do. And if
Yeah.
it's really a problem, call us. And if we're not there, I'll give you the number for Apple support and they'll tell you what to do. Okay, so this is what I do on YouTube. If anyone wants to join me. Almost on.
It's the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
So I just like that. Mhm. Mhm. And if you want the lyrics, I just type in Ray Charles, Hit the Road Jack, karaoke. Okay, so
I'm going to give you all a little secret. For those of you who are on the Apple platform, iPhone, Mac, Apple has a number, 1-800-MY-APPLE. And that will connect you with a tech who will help you. Even with all my years of experience, sometimes I run into problems that I can't solve. I dial 1-800-MY-APPLE. And fortunately for me, because of my knowledge, the tech pretty quickly recognizes I'm fairly savvy, so I get what I need. In some cases, though, they may not be able to help you. And if you get frustrated, they get frustrated. And what I do in a case like that is say, do you mind if we elevate this to another higher level tech? And in most cases, they're so happy to do that. And ultimately, I get to somebody who knows what they're doing. If you're on a Mac or even on an iPhone, they will send you a message which enables them to have access to your computer or your iPhone. So they actually see your screen and take control of your cursor and walk you through solutions. It's really cool. I mean, as knowledgeable as I am, I still do it because it's very helpful. 1-800-MY-APPLE. Really cool.
okay, you are not alone. You can call Apple, you can call us. Our services are emailing, texting, Facebook, online shopping, a lot of what the heck is a QR code or my chart. So we work with Macs and PCs, iPads, phones. Sorry, no Android phones, but I know a guy. And now we have our raffle.
I want to give you a couple of stories that warm my heart. We were called, and she sent me to this lovely gentleman, 94-year-old man who was working on his computer, writing his memoirs. And he was frantic. He couldn't find it. Months of work. I found it. I found his 3 chapters. I created a folder for him on his desktop, migrated those over to there. So with one click, he could find them all. And I created a template for him for his upcoming chapters. And what happened made me feel good? Is when I left, he said, Norm, I love you. When are you coming back? That is a lot of payment for me.
Okay, take your ticket out, raffle ticket. So I work in West LA. This is my Valley guy, and you're lucky to have him. Okay.
All right. 336-135. Going. 336-135. Sandy's still checking. What do they get, by the way? Oh, an hour with Norm. Oh, at a bar or?
Well, they have to take
Your place or mine.
Okay. Sandy, is that you? No. Okay. I'm going to pick another one. 336-135. Okay. All right. 336-130. Okay. There's the winner.
What is your name? Okay.
Okay. One more? Oh, one more. I threw them back in, so. That's the same one. Wouldn't you know? Got two. Okay, 336-139. All right.
So come up to the desk, go schedule.
Okay, well, join me in thanking Norm and Nancy for making the computer more of our friend. I don't know if he's really my friend yet, but he's more of my friend. So thank you very much. And again, there are more handouts. There's more information in a folder of their tech support. If you want to give them a call, it's at the desk. So with that, we are going to take our 15-minute break. I'll just remind you, we got lunch at noon, Torah study. Now's the time, if you haven't, sign up for the